afternoon. How are you? Okay, we're trying to make this really interesting and energetic so you have lots of questions for me as well. So welcome. My name is Sandy Jones, and our presentation today is how high school students can embark on their educational journey at minimal cost. And this is a true tried and tested result that we've had lots of success through our high school. So we're going to take you through the steps that we use at Los Medanos College and have you engage in some of our programs. And this can also bolster your enrollment because, as you know, if you don't have your 20 students, they cancel classes. So how many of you actually do outreach to the high school students here? Anybody? Or attend job fairs? College nights, things like that. And that's where we get most of our high schools and the students and the parents to come in and see what our programs have to offer. Okay, so I'm an instructor at Los Medanos College, Computer Science and Business. Our concurrent enrollment has a lot of great features. Being a high school student, they can earn actual double credits. So if they're lacking credits anywhere, like for graduation, we encourage them to come, take our classes. Now, it's not like PE or basket weaving. They actually have to take academic courses, such as maybe like an introduction to computers, or maybe their English or math, to get them started on their college journey. So with so many community colleges, we take them as young as 16, I'm finding overall, but Los Medanos College has a special age waiver. We take them as young as 14 and 15 years old. So, and I put copies of this in your handout. You can't, it's there. And I always tell students, all it takes is one form. Get a head start early on your college career. It's $1 a unit. Our district, which is comprised of DVC, Diablo Valley College, Contra Costa, and Los Medanos College, we're sister colleges, so our district charges $1 per unit. Now, I'm creating a spreadsheet right now, which if anyone's interested, I'll email it out this weekend, of all the different links from the 79 partner colleges in the MPIC region, and I'm finding they have fee-free. They don't charge anything. College of San Mateo is one of them, and other colleges as well. Just come and, you know, as high school students, fill out one form, and you're in. Okay? So, on one of your handouts, you have on the first page, the third slide down, there's 2 forms, just to give you an idea of what it looks like. And your college might have the same thing too, where you just fill out one form and they apply for free. Admission is free, and they could start the next semester. Okay? So, depending on the college, again, students may pay $1. I'm finding a lot that are zero, fee-free. Okay? These are the waiver forms I mentioned. Might be color-coded in your colleges, might be just on regular paper. The cross-registration program is really great. What we try to do to encourage students to come is once they've taken 20 units at the community college, they then have the opportunity to attend a 4-year college. And at Los Medanos, we partner with U.C Berkeley, Cal State East Bay, and this year, we just added Mills College and St. Mary's College to our cross-registration programs. How it works is when they attend and have taken 20 units with a C or better GPA, they can then fill out an application for instance, Cal State East Bay. The application fee is free, the $55 is waived, and then they can start their educational journey to finish an AA degree at LMC and also start at the CSU system or UC Berkeley. Okay, with CSU East Bay, it's really nice because you only have to have a 2.0. You take the 20 units, and then you're in. At UC Berkeley, they require you to take 12 units at community college, and you could take 1 class at UC Berkeley. But either way, your student is still saving a substantial amount of money, right, comparing the fees that they charge at private colleges or at universities as well. So the cost when people enroll, when students enroll, 6 units at community college, 6 units at a 4-year college, by cross-registering, they're really paying community college rates. Is anybody familiar with that program at your college? So when they cross-register, again, if they wanted to go to UC Davis, if your college was partnered up with UC Davis, then they pay community college rates, $26 a unit. Substantial amount of savings. So it equates to, in this scenario, $312 per semester or $624 a year. And when you're comparing that to, like, for instance, private university, U.C Berkeley, you know, any of the U.C colleges, and as an example, I took a class at Cal State East Bay. It was $800 for one class, plus books. So that one class cost me $1,000. So if I was really motivated, I would have taken 6 units at LMC, 6 units at Cal State East Bay, and paid $78 for that $800 class. So this is the confusing part, the math. You know, how does that work out? Basically, just it's at community college rates. When they transfer to partnered colleges, you pay community college rates. And it's only one form. It's a cross-registration form.
This is just the state of California?
I'm finding other states as well. And there's...
it only works with who you're partnered. So if you're only partnered with one school and the student's really not interested in that four-year school, so it's sort of like a transfer.
Right.
Then this doesn't work. It works if it's the school that the student's really interested in.
Okay, so depending on their major, like for instance, Cal State East Bay, we find a lot of our students from LMC transfer to Cal State East Bay because it's close to home. They could still live at home and work, you know, in their community. But with 4 colleges, you can't beat that.
Now, do you have to be a certain age for this?
For the concurrent enrollment, 16 and older, typically. For the cross-registration, once they finish 20 units, they can apply straight to Cal State.
So could you be 30 years old?
As long as you're taking a balanced class, yeah. Right. And I have my older students who are like 30s and 40s enrolled in these programs as well. So affordability, right? A lot of people have a hard time, and parents, where am I going to get the money to send my kid to school? Or I'm trying to go back to school myself. You know, my students tell me all the time, go this route because it works. It really does. Okay, so there's another program. It's not on my slide presentation, but the WU program. Have you heard of the WU program?
How do you know which schools you're partnered with?
That's up to each college or each district. And so this is what we're going to be doing as far as a separate project for MPIC, that we're going to have every college in the region, all our 79 colleges, and see who's partner up with who, and then we can put it on the website. But this is just an example of what we have to offer. So our college offers 4 transfer opportunities.
So does it matter what, like those 6 units, what if it is basket weaving at City College and then, you know, whatever, another arts, whatever class, 6 units, and then taking other
classes? It has to
be
towards a program or a certificate.
Okay, but it doesn't have to be certain classes. You can... In other words, they can take computer classes at City College and then take business classes over at a 4-year school if we're partnered with them.
But it's geared more toward the major. So it's like a stepping stone to the major. Like at CCSF, if they want to transfer to Cal State Monterey East Bay, then that would be a great stepping stone.
Right, good. Yeah. We have a partnership with them.
Right. So they would transfer it at $26 a unit versus the 4-year fee.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
I found, even back when I was in school, I was in a private art school, and I took my friends a whole lot of money building as well as the entities, the non-art stuff at the community college level. And so even sometimes when you're not partners, I mean, a lot of times they allow it, you just have to find out.
That's right.
Yeah.
So that's our next mission. I have a spreadsheet that I've already started with all the colleges in our MPIC region, which were 79 colleges, and then I have the links. So all you do is click on the link and they'll take you right to the high schools that partner with the colleges, and from there we're going to create the pathways for the 4-year universities. So you would know what does City College offer, what does Los Rios offer.
So where does the 4-year university, where do they make up that tuition funding?
The state. The state pays that. So there were a few colleges that I noticed that didn't offer the high school concurrent enrollment, which would lead to cross-registration. I think Feather River or Folsom Lake, one of those, they were really against it, and there's articles on the web as well. But for the most part, I'm finding a lot of them offer the concurrent enrollment, and then you can allow them to cross-register from there. So our region has 4.
So Monterey Bay makes up the money through the government?
Probably through the state or state counselor's office. Yes. And it's a good deal, but a lot of people do not know about this program. We have to create pathways. I was recently a project director for an SB 70 grant. We created 3 brand new AS degree certificates just recently. The networking and security was approved last month in December. Other 2 are still pending. And the target was to create a pathway from high school to college to career. So in doing so, when you speak with the high school students, they don't, how are we going to afford it? Come for $1 a unit, take your GE, get it out of the way, which is like your introduction to computers, your math, your English, your lower divisions.
There aren't too many four-year schools that support the CTE, right? That transfer, the technical.
Our transfers were, because we're going to be launching this summer, our networking and security, ours is going to transfer to Cal State East Bay. San Jose State has a great program as well as the Cal State Monterey Bay, because they offer the Homeland Security, which is our networking and security track. So it's just finding your college to see what they cross-register to, and that's what we're going to be doing. So and as far as out of state, I talked to Gordon, and so I was looking into programs for the Massachusetts folks, back there, and I'm finding there's programs equally, that can compare to what we're doing as well here on the West Coast. The WU program I mentioned, you mentioned if they didn't want to go to those colleges, the WU program consisted of like over 8 to 10 colleges out of state, and there's special waivers by filling out a form, going through the application process where they can attend colleges in Hawaii, Wyoming, Oregon. So there's a list of colleges that students can transfer that route to. But they don't take advantage of this $26 per unit fee. They save on the tuition, the out-of-state tuition in that case. But that link is wue.edu that you might find interesting as well. So great questions. Our textbooks. At Los Medanos College, we offer free textbooks loans to all our students. We have every computer science book for every class. So if students cannot afford the books, they come and sit in our lab, show their ID, and they use our books for free. In addition, we have books on loan at the library. So certain instructors, I'm one of them, I put my books on loan for a weekend or overnight checkout. Because books are very expensive, and next to tuition, they can't afford books. Well,
so you get extra instructor copies?
Sample copies from the publisher.
And it's okay because when I wanted to just read there.
No.
But if it's a textbook, you can't put it in.
No, they allow it. A lot of other departments do it as well.
Very good.
And there was another gentleman last year.
How many copies do you present?
In our lab, we have like 4 to 5 copies of our basic introduction to computer book, which has the lab manual, and we also load the labs online, so they could sit at any one of our 60 computers in our computer lab and just do the hands-on practical office lab assignments.
I used to do that at the university level to get extra sample copies and have them online.
Right, I just want on these there, and they can only go and use it for 2 hours. So this because it's on these there, if they cannot take it out of the library.
Oh.
But I really paid for them. The books are becoming slow.
Really expensive. Yeah, one of our books is like $175 to $200, and so the book publishers, they work with us, and they said, you tell us what you need, and Cengage is really good in helping us course technology and getting our students what they need.
So did you think this is specifically for the high school students that are taking the classes that you put these over to?
For anybody taking our classes.
So some students who might be able to afford it, how does it work because it's something you've done?
First come, first serve, but for the most part, it's always available. We never have people waiting for books throughout the day.
How long do you get? Like for me, I set my books up at 3-hour reserve.
As long as they need it. In our lab, because we have multiple copies.
They be in there. They can't take it out of the lab.
No. But the library ones they could check out overnight or on the weekend.
And you get those books back?
We do. Because they know it's a resource for them. So if somebody's gonna take the resource, and it's gonna affect other people or them if they need the book again.
But I have noticed even after some 2 hours, you get asking people they go and they copy them.
Yeah. And we tell them it's against copyright, laws to do that. So I always warn them, in the very front of the book there are copyright laws, so just to let you know. Or, from each other. Sometimes they'll do that from each other's books. So the textbooks, we offer that to all our students. But we tell the high school students as well because they know books are expensive. And bottom line, if they take a 3-unit course with us, it's $3 versus $78, which would normal, community college students would pay $78. They would pay $3. So bottom line, come, take the class, $3, and you can use our books for free if you like. Okay.
So the high school both pay for their books in that case?
Certain programs, we're finding that we just got a grant for the Hispanic funding, and there were some other programs other than the EOPS and the FAFSA, that they had book vouchers and things like that. But we just make it available.
Yeah, I was just going to ask if you especially recruit for underserved and
yes.
Low income.
Mm-hmm. We just got a huge grant for that, our district.
That's great.
Great idea. Yeah. So this is one incentive, and we tell them, as you're taking classes at the high school, you get college credit, right? Well, I also try to articulate our courses with the high school so they could take it at the high school level and get college credit. So basically, they're still in their high school. They don't have to come to the college because it's the equivalency of what they would be taking at LMC. So, yes, ma'am.
Do you offer any online classes?
We do, and I'm going to show you in just a moment. Good question, yeah.
And do they get high school credit for that?
Yes. They're still enrolled in high school, right? In a high school class, but it's articulated. So I will sit down with the instructor and go over the curriculum. We go over the midterm and the final, and most of the time it meshes because they use course technology also, our same test bank. Midterms, finals, the curriculum aligns, and then we have an articulation officer that'll attend the meeting with us, and then we sign off with the actual schools, the principals, the administrators, and then it gets forwarded, up to our district office. And so by articulating, you're getting them into a college class, right, at the high school level, and they're saying, okay, what else does LMC have to offer? Then they will come to your program to finish up either an AS degree or a certificate, or maybe you just work on their AA degree. So it's like a win-win for everybody because they're getting in at an early age. And as for my son, he was 16 at the time, I said, here's a catalog, pick a class. They have online, face-to-face, you're going to start, going to college because it's $1 a unit, you can't pass this up. And his friends took classes, my colleagues' sons and daughters have taken classes. By the time they finished high school, they were almost done with an AA degree. They had taken it, when they were like 15, 16 years old in summer school. And what better way at 18 years old to almost have an AA degree completed? And then you can transfer or start working, right? Yes, ma'am.
The other thing I find when I'm Canada as an instructor is the quality of work of a high school student in underperforming visual arts versus professionals coming back and retraining and pushing it both of them in your class. So do you actually, do you have to grade those students in a different capacity?
No, we let them know up front, this is college, we're preparing you for college. So you're going to be expected to write research papers, you're going to be expected to come on time, you have homework that to do. And personally, I don't allow any late homework. I don't allow extra credit. This is college, and we're preparing you because when you go to your 4-year college, you're going to be writing, upper division papers, right, for English 3000 level courses. So you might as well, start learning the process, how to do works cited pages, and actual research papers where you would go online to our, search banks and use the databases that we have online for them, and set the bar high, and they know. And we're getting a lot of great success stories because those are the serious ones who want to come to college. Of course, there's the ones who, I need college credits. Well, you can't come for PE, but when you come to any of our classes, this is what you're expected to learn and perform at this level.
I've just found some A students who suddenly are getting C panic, in college.
In the visual arts?
Yeah, because there's a maturity level as far as their output, their art. They're putting in a lot of effort, but they're just not there yet. And I can't grade them as I would a professional.
So we grade equally at the same level. I'll give you an example. One of the high schools I visited recently, Pittsburgh High, it's near our college, and they just have a couple $1 million renovation, I think $5 million renovation. Their students in the help desk class, they have a help desk class, take care of 500 computers within that campus because it's so huge. They don't outsource it. They do it, and then they articulate it with DVC, our sister college competition, for the robotics, because they were offering robotics and we weren't. And so the kids taking those classes are wanting to go into engineering programs and transfer at a 4-year level. And they recently won a competition last month for their robotic project. So these are students who really are engaged. They want to come. They want to start their college career early. So there's lots of incentives behind it, you know, the double credits and saving money at the lower tuition rate. So some of the classes that we articulate are web design 1 is very popular. So when they take that and we have articulated at the high school level, right, they'll come to take web design 2 and 3 with us. So they'll finish it and they can earn a certificate, or they could keep on applying that toward a degree. Help desk, this is the class with the robotics. He wanted to partner up and articulate a help desk class because they're actually writing tickets. They're actually going out fixing instructor computers and printers and smart, type technology, okay, in the classrooms and then closing them out. The A+ programs is popular as well. I'm finding a lot of high schools who will articulate just the first class. That's all it is, just the first one, and then the students will come for the, the software end and then the test prep. So it's a way of encouraging and an incentive for students to come and take one class at the high school, which is articulated, and then they'll come to your college to complete the rest of the program.
And then somehow that A+ program can transfer to Cal State East Bay, something like
Yes, yes. I'm going to show you a slide in about 4 more slides where we have just recently been approved with our program, and networking and security, that A+ is part of that. So the courses we offer, Gloria, this is what we tell them. We offer networking, help desk, computer literacy, computer forensics, which is very popular, emerging technologies, programming in 3 flavors, whether it's C++, Visual Basic, or Java, operating systems, and then the PC hardware and support. Software, and then we also have the test prep for that. If you can't come to class, take it online. You can be in your pajamas at 1 a.m. Most of the instructors, my colleagues, they were always up. Weekends also, if they have questions, they could email. We have online chat. Some use GCC Confer to have chat sessions with their students. And these are the courses that we offer online, which are the forensics, the networking, network operating systems, internet security, introduction to computers, your help desk class, and operating systems. So most of these are part of a degree program. And recently with this AS degree, our advisory board wanted us to develop 5 new classes. These are in line with what the CSU has as the transfer track, and they will also count toward the major. So we included and wrote new course outlines for assembly, computer ethics, data structures, Java 1 and 2, and Visual Basic. Okay, so there's incentives saying, okay, students, not only are you going to come to get your degree, you can start early. These are new classes that's going to transfer with you, that's going to get you that AS degree or Bachelor's of Science. And again, the certificates and the AS degree was recently approved in networking and security. So the classes that I showed you on the previous page, the majority of those are toward that degree.
What job title at a school is usually responsible for creating the relationship, that transfer relationship between the community college and the four-year college?
Our transfer center.
They set up the agreements?
That's right, the cross-registration agreements.
Yeah.
Yeah. So refer your students there, and they're on every website when you go to the different colleges. It might be career pathways, center, but I'm finding transfer center is the generic term for that. And they always have bus tours, college reps that come out. We have college night, but throughout the semester, I think once a month they have tours, like they'll take kids down to UCLA for a tour of the college, and it's at the transfer center. Okay, and we tell them how to enroll by meeting with their high school counselor first. That's the first step. Getting, all the bells and whistles, the T's crossed, the I's dotted, saying which pathway do you want to pursue. So there's tests and assessments that they give students. We have them complete the special admit forms. So if they're 14 or 15, they fill out this form. If they're 16 or over, then they fill this one out. But generally, I tell them all it takes is one form. My target market is usually sophomores, juniors, and seniors, around the 16 and up age. Okay. They take an assessment test for math and English at the college. It's a free test just to see where they place for math. We're finding that a lot of them are starting at the algebra level, like our math 25 level, and then they could take math 30, advanced algebra, and then statistics, and then they'll be ready to transfer to the 4-year because they fulfill the math requirements. English would be like English 90, English 100 level, which is our community college level English, and then they'll be ready to transfer. Once you take the assessment test, get your backpack ready and start the next semester. It's that easy. So, any questions I can answer for you?
How do you deal with parents?
Parents, they have to fill out the form as well. There's a signature line for students, parents, and principal. And we tell them, this is your contract. Okay? The syllabus is also your contract because this is the level that we expect you to perform at. And it's in our college catalog as well, and schedules. Student code of conduct. We haven't had any major problems with high school students because the ones that are coming into our programs, they are the computer science techies types that want to learn, that want to succeed. We have some people that are coming into our P-Tech and E-Tech process control and electrical technical programs. So those students are very serious. Parents, I haven't had any problems with parents actually contacting us.
I had a parent show up in my class, and I told her that I'm not able to speak with her. She signed that form that said that I only discuss class-related materials or issues.
Right.
Her stuff.
She
wasn't very happy with me, but I think that was the form you signed off.
Right.
If your son is treated like a college student.
That's right. And privacy laws, right?
Yeah.
I have my older ones having the moms come in and disputing their grades sometimes. So, and then again, same thing, just like medical privacy, you can't, your doctor cannot discuss those type of issues, and same for school too. So I refer them to their admissions office, and let them deal with them. Good question.
Sandy, those new programs that you just created, are they available, in terms of the breakdown of the courses and whatever, are they available online yet?
Do you want to take a peek at the course outlines?
Yeah.
I'll share them with you.
Oh.
The computer ethics, I did develop the computer ethics. I decided to teach that in a face-to-face environment because there we talk about plagiarism, software, intellectual property issues, things like that. And those are more engaging things you don't want to really do online, right? Advanced Visual Basic was another one that they said we needed to develop, so I wrote that one as a face-to-face class. So basically, the assembly language data structures, with the recent grant, we're going to do virtualization testing, so actually students from either home or in the lab can do some hands-on, we'll break the machines and mess up the codes and they can go in and fix it. So those are really interesting. And data structures and assembly you'll find at any CSU, any 4-year, because that's a requirement for their lower division. But they can come and take it at community college, for a lot less at a reduced prices. So. Yeah, we're really excited. Our networking and security degree is going to launch July 2011, this summer.
This is brand new, that relationship for that?
Yes. We've had the classes, but we never had programs.
Okay, so how long did it take to get that relationship? Was it like a 3-year process?
Oh, 18 months.
18 months.
We were on the SB 70 grant. So I had from April of a year ago until they extended it. Instead of April to April, they extended it to the end of December.
And the grant was for what, exactly?
Creating a pathway from high school to college to career.
That was a full-time job to do that for 18 months?
Is
that what you did?
Yes. I did a lot of it from home. meetings, of course, and we're meeting with advisory board members.
Did you have released units? Was it equivalent
No.
to a certain number? So you did.
It was, there's funds worked into the grant for my compensation.
So do you teach?
I do.
So you were teaching full-time?
Part-time. I'm a part-timer.
Okay, part-time. And then you got money to spend 18 months to basically forge this relationship.
Right, and build a program.
So, okay.
And SB 70 is renewable, right? I just found out from Laura.
I'm trying to think this through, that I would like to have some type of relationship set at my college, and I'm trying to think who is the person.
Oh, the point person?
To do it, because it's not me, I'm the instructor. There's a person that does articulation and sets up those agreements.
Right.
But what is that person's motivation to focus on what my department does versus some other department's articulation?
It was a criteria of the grant that we create that pipeline, and it was written in the grant. If we didn't fulfill it, then some of those funds would have to be returned. But we fulfilled all the requirements within the time frame allotted. And it's a renewable grant, so, say, for instance, you applied for an SB 70 and got it, and then when that time frame was up, they looked at your goals and missions and everything was completed, you can renew the second time around. So, but if you do need a person, I know this, Sandy Jones is available. And, I really have to take MPIC because I knew nothing about this. I started coming to faculty development. I talked to James and Pierre and Grace, and they were really instrumental in helping me, get started and,
okay, so now that
getting an advisory board.
Are you still part-time?
I'm part-time, but I do contract work. So I have a card, so feel free, if you have any questions now or in a month, or if you want to set up programs in your colleges and you want to learn how to, model after ours, I'd be happy to help you. If you want the spreadsheet, I'm almost completed with that with the high school links for articulation. So again, there's 79 colleges in the MPIC region. I only had 2 that were not offering concurrent enrollment out of that 79, which is really good. And I could email you that link as well this weekend. I'd be happy to share that with you. So you just click on it and you'll see, okay, City College, high school, concurrent. What did our students have to do and what schools are involved? Okay, and the forms, a lot of them have the forms right there on the link, so you could just click on it and get these same forms that I put in my presentation, and you could just print them off for your students as well. So tell your family, friends, coworkers about our programs, because a lot of people are not familiar with concurrent enrollment, and then the cross-registration, which will save a substantial amount of tuition and minimal loans.
Have you guys go out and actively recruit in the high school?
I did. Yeah. It's the part I like, the marketing part. So we have 7 for that. It was part of the grant.
Yes.
Yeah. So we just need a grant, that's all.
Those resources, right?
But see, we had 7 feeder high schools in our area, and so we just go and talk. And when you speak to one class, then the instructor wants you to come to talk to all their classes, which is fine. Come with pens, come with goodies, handouts. And then they love to hear about the program, and then pretty soon there's your enrollment. They start, filling up. Our classes, even before we started this pipeline, were maxing out the last couple semesters because of the fact that, the budget cuts. People weren't getting into CSU. They were coming to, Los Medanos for their lower division. And then we told them about these different, pathways. Hey, this is how you get into CSU at, minimal rates, and it's been really successful.
Do you think that after your grant is over, that they will continue to track success rates?
Yes. Yes, and that was one of the criteria as well. So our counseling department actually does that. The transfer rates and student success, they capture that data for us.
This is very exciting, and I'm very excited for you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. So if you, again, have any questions or if you need help, I'd be more than happy to help you. Email, works fine, conference call, whatever works, and, to help you embark on this program as well, because that's how you're going to get your student enrollments, and that's how high school students especially can start their education at a really, really reasonable cost and still live at home.
Thank you very much, Sandy.
Thank you.